Okay, so we have I want to say it's an 0405 SL 430 or 500 ME2.8. We're hooked up. We have 2 powers of ground and a K line. We're powering up with the power supply. We're going to first okay, so that tells us what it is, the supplier, the hardware build date, and all of that. Now we're going to open up special functions, double click on DAS Manager, going to click on Engine Control Unit, and we're going to click Read. And one thing you'll find with K-Line, it takes forever. Okay, so our service password is there. Our unit is personalized and activated. Will it virgin it? I'm not really sure. I think we're going to have to. Okay. Cannot be established with the union. Direct connection to the CAN bus. Okay, continuation of Virginizing in ME2.8. We took the screws out of the cover, and I'll tell you, more than once the back side usually comes off. This side usually comes off first. And I've had people tell me, in fact, a good friend of mine, no, it's riveted or it's welded. No, those are just for heat sinks. You have to pry the back off that has the label, and it's going to be kind of tough because it's got heatsink compound that holds it on there. The chip that we're going after, I want to say it's like a P9508 or something like that. When you're looking at it, you have the plugs, and the chip we're going after is right back here. So I'm going to take that off the board. I'm going to put it on AVDI, and then we'll show how to read it and virginize it. We'll start the camera back up after we have totally desecrated this ECU and moved that chip over to the board. Okay, so we've taken our chip off the main board. We soldered it onto our adapter. We're going to plug it into the 9.5, I think, socket, and then we're going to go read it with the Britus. Okay, so we've got our SP95084264 hut chip. We've got it on our board. We've got it plugged into the first socket, which is a 95XXX or a 25XXX, and we have our AVDI plugged into our Britus. So now we're going to go over to the quick start. We're going to open up AVDI. Almost sounds like a gay pride parade here. So it actually, let's go over this again. SPI EEPROM, and we go down here. It's all the way to the bottom. ST95P08. So now we're going to click read. And it's going to read it. Look at that. Now, if you notice, just a heads up, this is actually the VIN of the car. So, just to be on the safe side, we're going to click verify. Always remember, verify, verify, verify. Okay, everything's good. Now, we're going to go in here and we're going to save this. We're going to call this, caps lock, ME2.8 original. So that's our original file from this. We're going to save it. So now we're going to close. We're going to go back to Mercedes. We're going to go to special functions, and we're going to double click on the dump tool. Yeah, I know. Sounds like something us old folks would use in the bathroom, but hey, let's move on. No more potty mouth. I know I'm going pretty quick here. Okay, so if you notice, here are the Renew engine control units. And if you look right here, here's the ME2.8, 3.2 to 5.0, and that shows our chip. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to click Load Dump, and we're actually going to look into where I just put this, which was in Documents, and there's the ME2.8 original bin. And you see our VIN number and everything in there. This is where it got kind of tricky for me because I figured it would automatically do it, but it doesn't. Go down here, click on Parameters, click on Make Virgin, and then click OK. And if you really wanted to figure it out, then we're going to save the dump. And we're going to call it, now this is what gets people in trouble. But you clicked on the original bin. Yes, I did. But then if you notice, I go down and I rename it so it saves another file. Do not just click on the original bin and then click on it, because you're going to now save a Virgin file. And what's going to happen is if you ever try and use that in the same car, let's say, you're going to be screwed. So now we have the bin file that is now Virgin. And I'll just give you a quick synopsis. Look at the first 2 bits on this. And let's load the original. Do you notice the first 2 bits? 01 and FF show whether or not it is a Virgin bin or not. So now we are going to close out. We're going to go back to AVDI. And the reason I'm trying to rush this, my battery's going dead on my phone. So I'm going to try and do this before the battery goes dead. Okay, we're going to read. And we see that our read is good. Now, we're going to load the Virgin bin. And if you notice, it changed those first 2 bits. Then we're going to click Program. Start programming? Yes. And this will go through, and it will program the chip. Okay, EEPROM right. Now, remember what we said? Verify, verify. Let's go back, we'll verify. Okay, so it's successful. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take our P95085292 hut chip. We're gonna take that off the test board and we're gonna go put it back in the ECU. And then we'll start up the program again. Okay, I just wanted to throw this into the video. There's our chip. We're gonna resolder it right here. This works good for me. I don't know if it'll work good for you. Just a tip. I have a really cheap little Android tablet next to my soldering station, and I take a picture of every chip before I take it off the board because I'm old and forgetful, and I screw the shit up a lot. So, you know, these things, you can get them dirt cheap. I mean, we're talking 40, 50 bucks. And it's really nice to have. I mean, I shouldn't even tell you this, but I've got a lot of music on this one. And when I'm soldering a lot of stuff, this thing is playing music and I'm taking pictures with it. So just a good idea. Or use your phone. Just cover your butt, take pictures, make it easier for yourself. Okay, so we've got our chip soldered back on. We have our cover sitting there. We're powered up. We're going to close AVDI. We're going to go back. We're going to open up Mercedes. Go to Special Functions. double click on DAS Manager, select Engine Control Module, and click Read. So now, when we're looking at the ME, it should say Virgin, or not personalized. Hopefully it's going to say something. Please. Okay. So now you see where it says not personalized, not activated. So this is ready to go into a car and be personalized inside the car. So there you have it. This video is actually in response to a guy who asked the question. He thought he could do ME2.8s on the bench by hooking these up. And my memory is so bad, I thought I could too. But I grabbed a couple out of the shop and realized I couldn't. So there's your video. If we go here, I want to say this is an S-Class, and it's probably a 2002 up to 2005 gasoline, and we're going to look at sequential fuel injection. Okay, so there we are. So there is our how to virginize a Mercedes ME2.8 ME. Now in BMW they call it a DME, digital motor electronics. In Mercedes they just call it an ME, as in motor electronics. Bring on the next one.